What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Sinister Bunny Studios, your go-to channel for heavy metal content, and welcome to another If you are new to this series, make sure you click the card above so that you can go watch the other two episodes in the Heavy Metal Monday playlist, and just to get a taste of what this series is going to be. It's a brand new series that I'm bringing to the channel. Hopefully going to have something every week on Mondays or every other Monday, bringing new information to you guys about the metal world that involves new bands, new albums, interesting things that have happened, even my channel, because it focuses on metal, and just a really cool series that gets cool information out to you guys, gets me excited to research things, and gets you guys involved. So if you're new to it, please go do watch the other two episodes and get all caught up, and then watch this one. But moving on, today we've got more news on the Dream Theater front, okay? And before I move to that, we need to talk about a smaller aspect of the Dream Theater front, Djent Petrucci. Now, I mentioned in one of the other episodes of Heavy Metal Monday that Djent Petrucci is releasing his first solo album in 15 years, and it's coming out this fall. Well, if you want to hear more about that, go watch that episode. But now, just the other day, Djent Petrucci released the single Terminal Velocity for streaming platforms and stuff like that. So hell yeah, I went and listened, and I'm not disappointed. And if you guys get a chance, maybe I'll put the link down below, but you need to go listen to it yourselves because it's progressive metal. It's got Djent Petrucci, Mike Portnoy, the dynamic duo right there, and it's progressive music. It's really good stuff, and it gives me really high hopes for the entire rest of the album. So that's good news there. If you haven't listened to it, I'll put a link in the description so you can go find it and listen to it yourself and let me know what you think. Regardless of that, more on the whole Dream Theater as a band, there's some interesting news that I just found out before I started recording this. I'm going to keep looking at both cameras in case my Sony decides to be dumb and turn off for no reason, which it already did. This is not my first take of shooting this video. I'm breaking the fourth wall. Regardless, so there's a site called Metal Injection, and it's basically a news site for metal, and people write articles and stuff on bands and new things that are coming out and all that fun stuff. And there is an article titled Dream Theater to work on a new album this fall. Huh? That's news to me, and I believe that is dated today, August the 9th. Breaking the fourth wall again. This is actually August 10th on Monday. This is definitely not the night before of me recording. Definitely not. But basically, Dream Theater is supposedly going to be starting the work on a new album to follow up their album released last year of Distance Over Time. That's fine with me. I love Dream Theater stuff, and if they want to keep putting stuff out despite the pandemic and everything that's going on, as long as they're doing it safe, that is A-okay with me. But they did some interview with Djent Petrucci, Metal Hammer did, and he gave a few words on this, and it kind of brought out this spark for this article. And basically, Djent Petrucci said this, and I quote, "There's a lot going on musically this year. Obviously, everybody's trying to be creative. The Dream Theater schedule is different now. We would have been touring in the spring, we would have been touring now, and then we probably would have been off for the fall and winter. But now that's all changed. We'll go back into the studio because nobody wants to sit around and do nothing." Thank you, Djent Petrucci. That is the best way possible to look at this pandemic situation from a musician standpoint. I definitely, since this pandemic thing has started, have hit a bout of uninspiration, demotivation, and just not getting things done like I want to. And the fact that he's being like that just gives me even more motivation to continue working on my stuff. So that's great. It's really good that they're really set on doing that. He goes on to say, "We're musicians, we're creative people, so we're going to make music. So yeah, our schedule has been sort of shifted, I guess, because of the pandemic. We're going to do what we do, which is make music. So we're not going to sit around, and we're going to move our schedule up and start working on new music in the fall. Thank you. Yes. Dream Theater stuff is just like, I love Dream Theater stuff. I'm a huge Dream Theater fan. So the fact that they're going to be working on new stuff is just, ooh, yes. New Dream Theater stuff is like candy to a kid for me. And there is also word, I believe I saw it on Facebook. Here, let me go to Facebook and pull up John Petrucci's Facebook page, because he recently said something that I saw that really interested me, and I felt the need to make a comment on the post because of how some people were being about it. And let's see if I can scroll down and find it. Oh yeah, so here it is. On August 6th at 6:18 p.m., John Petrucci makes a post on his Facebook page. 8-string guitar emoji, on the next Dream Theater album. Let me know what you think. And it's a thing from ultimateguitar.com, and it's titled, John Petrucci explains why he left Ibanez, announces plan to use 8-string guitar on new Dream Theater. Say what? Say what? Woo, yes. Okay, listen, let me explain something. I've heard things before. I've seen interviews with John Petrucci before where he was talking about how he wanted to use an 8-string or something like that on Distance Over Time, or he had plans to use it on something and it just didn't work out or something like that. And so that's not completely new news to me, but the fact that it's basically him asking, what do you guys think, an 8-string guitar in the new album, to me sounds like he's going to do it anyway, and that's fine with me. And he also mentioned that I think who he partners with, Ernie Ball, and Sterling, which is like where my new guitar came from, John Petrucci's signature Arctic Dream 7-string. It apparently is going to be a thing where they're possibly going to have an 8-string guitar. There's a post where John Petrucci was saying that there was an 8-string guitar possibly in the works with them, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're trying to design it and figure out what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that anytime soon, like build an 8-string guitar for Ernie Ball and stuff like that. But that would be awesome. That would be the 8-string guitar that I would get. Let's see. I pulled up the ultimateguitar.com article section about that. And let's see. They posed the question to him. Did you try out anything new on this record as far as techniques or gear? You have been talking about incorporating 8 strings into the mix. Did that come to function on this record? And they're talking about, I believe, his solo album with Terminal Velocity. And this is what John Petrucci said, and I quote, "It didn't, no. This album is all 6-string, his solo album, except for Temple of Circadia, which is a 7-string. So there is no 8-string on this record. The 8-string project with Ernie Ball Music Man is something we are working on and hoping to have developed as this year goes on. I'm hoping that the next Dream Theater record I'll be able to explore that, but no, not on this one. This record was my Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty, mostly the 2020 models that just came out, and then my signature Mesa Boogie JP2C head through a Boogie Recto 4x12. Let's backtrack. An 8-string guitar in the works with Ernie Ball Music Man. Yep, if they come out with an 8-string guitar and they have an affordable version of one that's not $4,000, I will definitely think about getting one, because I've thought about getting an 8-string. I have a 7-string now, but I do want to dabble on the 8-string and just see what I think about it. I thought I wouldn't get used to the 7-string once I got it, but I'm fairly used to it now, so that's no problemo. An 8-string is just another string, like moving from 6 to 7. But he also mentioned something else about in his new record. He says, the Gypsy Jazz solo in there was something new for me. There are some faster passages where I was experimenting with a hyper-speed picking technique that you can really only do in short bursts. But there are a few moments on the record where you'll hear it and it jumps out. It gets into that 20 notes per second thing. 20 notes per second. That is fast picking right there. That is fast picking right there. Really fast. 20 notes per second. How many BPM is that? What's 20 times 60, okay? So that's 1200 BPM? 1200 BPM? Holy moly, mother of God. That would be some really, really fast stuff. No wonder you can do it in bursts. But, yeah, an 8-string Ernie Ball Music Man guitar. Bring it forth, do it. Because that brings me back to the post he made asking about, hey, 8-string guitar on the next Dream Theater album? Let me know. Because there are a lot of comments down there that were saying, no, don't do it. It's just, Djent is the trendy thing. Don't join the bandwagon and do the Djenty thing. And, you know, I really hate that kind of talk. And I made a point of commenting on that. And this is what I said. Is that really a question? Don't listen to all the anti-Djent talk. Djent has its place, but an 8-string guitar doesn't dictate that it can only be used for Djent. You've done amazing stuff with 6 and 7-string guitars. The only next logical step would be to dabble in some 8-string riffage. I would love to see an 8-string on the next Dream Theater album, and I stand by that. I think that'd be really cool, and with John Petrucci being such an amazing guitar player and songwriter, he would just break the world with an 8-string guitar. I think he needs to do it. If you do too, let me know. We need to build some kind of movement to convince him yes, do it. I think his mind's already made up, but we need to tell him do it, please, do it. I don't think he's joining the Djenty thing. I think that's a stupid argument, and it's just people that are music trolls, in my opinion. I think that's a musical troll right there. So that kind of makes me angry, but it is what it is. Because, again, the 8-string thing does not automatically mean it's Djent. I know it's if it's Djent, it probably has an 8-string or a 9-string. I understand that. But just because you have an 8-string guitar does not mean it's Djent. And if you're saying that higher numbered string guitars are only for Djent, then how do you explain 12-string guitars? Are those for Djent too? I know it's not exactly the same thing, but that's 12 strings. Is that only going to be used for Djent? Is that what it's for? Djent? No. So you can do whatever you want with them. It doesn't matter. As long as you make music and it sounds cool, who the hell cares? The whole Djenty thing, it's hard to avoid the Djent stuff now, especially with progressive music, because it's just it goes hand in hand nowadays. And, I dabble a little bit into that stuff, and that's fine. But, the super, cliche Djenty stuff is not my thing. But also, I hate those die-hard Djenty people that think all other music sucks because Djent is God or whatever. That stuff annoys me. And if you're going to sit there and tell John Petrucci, the god of guitar, to not use an 8-string guitar on the album because you think it can only do Djent, I am highly disappointed in what you think, because that's just not right. It's just not right. So that's just what I think. And if he starts going higher and higher, then whatever, more power to him. It's his choice. It's not your choice. It's John Petrucci's Dream Theater. If they want to do it, they can do it. You're not really going to be an influence on them. As far as I can tell with the way he talks, they're musicians. They're going to make music. If they want to do something, they're going to do it. If they want to make a concept album, they'll do it. They've done it. If they want to do covers, they'll do it. They've done it. So it doesn't even matter. I think his mind's already made up. It's just trying to build hype for it. And I'm hyped. So that is fine with me. I don't think he's going to do the Djenty thing with an 8-string guitar. That's a whole style of guitar that you can't just all of a sudden really do. You got to learn it a little bit. And that's not his style. So I think he's going to do some different things with it, and it'll be really cool. So that's my take on it. What do you guys think? Let me know. But that's pretty much all I had for this episode. I went on a bit of a rant, but you know, I get lit up about these kind of things because I hate people that are just like, no, don't do it. Who cares? Don't listen to other people. If you want to do it, go for it. You never know. It could be something new. It could be amazing, or it could be shit. Who cares? It's about the experience. Just do it. So if I want to dabble in an 8-string guitar, I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to do what I want to do. But yeah, other than that, if you have already made a comment about my shirt, by the way, because I have a little bit of a wetness to it. I was taking a drink from my drink in the styrofoam cup back here, and I had some go down the wrong tube, and I may have spit up a little bit, but you know what? I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. It's life. This is me. I'm not going to go change my shirt to make myself more presentable to you guys. Shit happens. I know you guys drink too fast and get stuff down the wrong tube. It is what it is. Plus, this is a really, really cool shirt from Clutch. And if you don't know what it is, check it out. Ready? Boom. I hope you can see. I hope you can see that. Weatherman. Really cool shirt. Gray, not my friend, because gray shows sweat. But anyway, I'm going on too long at this point. If you like how this series is going, give me a like, give me a subscription, give me a bell notification with that subscription, and give me a comment down below on what you think about this series, and feel free to comment on any aspect of this video or any of the other episodes thus far. Like I always say, thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching Heavy Metal Monday.